The following video is sponsored by Soundcore. Soundcore's latest addition to the family is the Boom 3i portable outdoor speaker. It's rugged, very resistant, and outputs super strong bass for the size of it. And what I like about it is that it's not only drop resistant, 1 meter onto concrete, and it'll be fine. It is IP68 dust and waterproof. And that means that it can fall in water, won't be an issue. The speaker will float upright and you'll still be able to hear it, not a problem. Getting salt water on it, no issues because it's corrosive resistant. You can simply just rinse it down. Getting the sand on it or whatever will not be a problem. And it's got 16 hours of runtime on a single charge. It uses Bluetooth 5.3 and the AAC codec. And the sound it delivers, thanks to the 40-watt driver handling the mids and the lows, and a 10-watt tweeter, is impressive, but it does have bass up 2.0, and that is doubling our bass, as you hear in this video. It also has a beat synced light show with it that I'll show you that you can customize with the application, along with custom equalizer settings. So here is the retail box, just outlining those key features that I basically talked about there in the intro. And on the back, there's just a few more others that it does mention and what we get included, which I'm going to show you here in the video too as well. So there is the speaker, nicely packaged up there. Nothing stops the adventure. I can see there is a quick start guide. And here we do have the strap and cable that it comes with. Now there's a bit of a guide there on the side of how to install our carry strap, and I'll show you it here. So that's the strap, and it's in the green that matches the Boom 3i. And this side here we have a Type-C cable, and what else? Part of the strap is right here too as well. Okay, so we've got those little clips there, and that is showing you how to install it. You've got to loop it through, and then that is going to secure it into place. Now it should be around 780 grams or 1.72 pounds, and it's 788 grams. So an ideal weight, making it pretty easy to carry this around and a very portable size. So we've got a super rugged build to this. Very, very good how well made this is. Now it can handle drops of 1 meter onto concrete, going to be absolutely fine. IP68, so dust and waterproof. And it's the industry's first floating playback. So here you can see I'm throwing it into the pool just to test this out. Floats upright here and it will keep playing the music, so not a problem for it at all. And in fact, they have tested it with salt water too. So taking it down to the beach, which I did just to test it out, you could have it for 2 years around an environment such as taking it to the beach, have it next to the pool, on a boat, salt water. It's not going to rust at all. In fact, it's 5 times more resistant there to salt water and corrosion, which is great to have in a speaker like this if you intend to be using it for those kind of things, taking it down to the beach and whatnot. So we've got 16 hours of playtime with this on a single charge. There's the little hooks there for that strap I showed you before. Power on, Bluetooth, volume up and down, start and stop. And this is for our RGB lights on this. Now, TWS pairing, so you can pair 2 of these up for a stereo experience, which is going to sound a lot better than just having a single speaker. Maybe one of your friends also has one of these, so they could bring it along, you pair them up, and it's going to be a better experience overall. And this is our bass up 2.0, which is going to really boost those lows at 56 hertz there, and it really does put it out for such a small speaker. As you'll hear later on, it really puts out that bass. Now along the bottom, we've got a couple of rubber feet that it can sit on. Here we have our little charging connector there, so Type-C of course for this, and you can plug that in and charge, and make sure you put that gasket back. It's kind of hard to forget about it because it always kind of wants to be on there. You need to have this on, of course, for that IP68 rating, otherwise you will get corrosion in there if you've got salt water in there or a bit of grain of salt or something like that too. Now they get the passive radiators either side and the RGB, which I'll be demonstrating later too when we have a look at the application. And very, very solid as mentioned, that build, really good. So what makes this sound so good? Well, when you look at it, it's a nice more compact size, but does it really put out the sound? I can tell you it sure does.
it looks like it wouldn't be as good as it does sound. When you just see it, you think, oh, that's not actually that big. How can it sound good? Well, inside here, we have a 3.7-inch 40-watt woofer. It's a little hard for me to show it on camera, but it's just inside there, and you can see between the gaps in the grill there. And next to it is a 10-watt tweeter. So that's going to be handling the highs. We've got our mids and our lows coming from this. So we're not missing out on the highs. Sometimes some of these portable Bluetooth loudspeakers are all about bass, and they kind of forget about giving us a bit of detail towards the high end with the frequency range, but they just focus too much on the lows. But not here. It is pretty balanced out. But of course, with the bass up 2.0, we can basically double that bass, and it really puts it out. And that's when you see the passive radiators either end with the RGB, you see them getting a really good workout, and it throws out the sound. 50 watts here maximum for such a small portable speaker is very good, and I'm impressed with the sound quality of this. So I am going to use a NCS song here. This is Superhero because I tested a lot. It's got vocals in there, some good bass tracks, and the main one is it will not give me any copyright strikes. So what I'll do first is play it back, and this is going to be about 50% volume here. And I do have our bass up 2.0 turned off, but I will turn it on, and you will definitely hear the difference. You hear that bass just really goes up. It basically doubles. Then our application, this is called Soundcore. So you can get it for iOS from the App Store or Android Google Play Store. Now you can see here, first glance, you've got the major controls, the main ones that you'd be going for straight away, and very easy to control the volume, start and stop playback. Here there's a little 3D model of it, of the Boom 3i. Equalizer, so you can have custom, you've got the presets, and Soundcore Signature is the default one out of the box. Bass up 2.0 toggle. Voice amplifier, maybe you're going, say, hiking or something, and you need to amplify your voice to someone that's over the other side of a gully, ravine or something, then you can use that particular mode there. Some sound effects, so white noise for possibly helping you sleep if you do like that, an emergency alarm, and buzz clean to get the water out of the speakers. Pretty handy, and it sounds like this pulsing noise. I'll just turn it on for a few seconds. And that's to help to push that water out there. Then under light, you've got all of your beat synced lights here. So there's some presets. You can go through the color loop mode. You've got all sorts of ones there. Control the brightness. And I'll give you an example of that now. As you can see, just turn the lights off, put it on my studio table here. Looking pretty good. And it gives you quite a fancy light show there, which is great. It's better than not having anything, just a plain speaker. I don't mind this. And if you want, you can go in there and customize it yourself and set your own colors. It gives us that option. The Boom 3i is small and compact, as you can see next to the soda can. And I love the fact that it comes with a strap, so it's very easy to sling this over your shoulder and carry it around with you.
So as you heard from my little sample there, that it really puts out that bass. You've got the highs, the mids, and I think it sounds fantastic considering the size of it. This is small and compact, yet it really does put out decent sound. And with the TWS pairing, you could have two of these paired up and it will sound even better. And that bass up 2.0 is giving us basically double the bass there, which is great to have. That people, we're fond of our bass, aren't we? Most of us anyway, and it does deliver there. And that runtime of 16 hours is impressive that you get out of the Boom 3i. So if you are interested in this great portable outdoor speaker here that you can use next to the pool, get water on it, salt water, please do check the link in the description of this video. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.